In 1979, Margaret Thatcher became Britain's first female Prime Minister. The Shah was overthrown by the Iranian Revolution. This made it possible for Ayatollah Khomeini to return to Iran after 15 years in exile. In Africa, Rhodesia became an independent state and changed its name to Zimbabwe. President Carter of America and the Russian President Brezhnev signed the SALT II Treaty, an agreement on limiting nuclear arms. Saddam Hussein became president of Iraq. In sports, Muhammad Ali announced his retirement from boxing, although he would briefly return shortly after. Nottingham Forest won their first and only title in the British Football League. In Belgium, the honor went to Club Brugge. Bernard Hinault won the Tour de France. Israel won the Eurovision Song Contest with the song Hallelujah by Milk and Honey. Miss Venezuela, Maritza Sayalero, became the new Miss Universe. 1979 was the year the first European space rocket named Ariane was launched. The former US space station Skylab returned to Earth and scattered in debris in the atmosphere above the Indian Ocean and Western Australia. VisiCalc introduced the first spreadsheet software, and Sony gave music lovers their first Walkman. In 1979, Garfield made his debut. On television there were new series like Buck Rogers, The Dukes of Hazzard and Charlie's Angels. The celebrated actor John Wayne died. Mad Max showed the very young and new rising star Mel Gibson. People were scared shitless by John Carpenter's The Fog, the Amityville Horror and of course the blockbuster Alien. Roger Moore took James Bond into space. Meryl Streep gave Dustin Hoffman a hard time in the tearjerker of the year, Kramer vs. Kramer. And Dudley Moore learned from Bo Derek that good sex should last at least the full length of Ravel's Bolero. Back in 1979, I couldn't have cared less about all of this, because the only thing that really mattered to me in 1979 was the fact that Kiss released Dynasty. I remember the first time I saw them on television. I was 9 years old, completely intimidated and convinced of one thing. I was going to become a musician. And now, 30 years later, I still like to rock. I wanted to do something back for the band that pulled the trigger by celebrating the 30th birthday of their smashing album Dynasty. A tribute to Gene, Paul, Ace and Peter for changing my life forever. Are you ready for a new dimension?